Jrue, I'm just wondering if you could walk us through that last go-ahead shot you made.
Yeah.
Down the stretch.
Excuse me. I think, I brought it up the right side, and I saw Joe Harris next to me and Bruce Brown in front of me. And at that point, I felt like maybe they thought I was going to call a timeout. I think in my head, I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I should run some clock, but I saw me and Bruce Brown one-on-one, so just made a move, and it was a good one, and ended up getting a layup.
It looked like for a part of the game you were just kind of struggling a little bit to find your shot. Was it just one of those things, open, take it, confident, or did you think about it a little bit?
For sure. I think that was one of the only one-on-one plays that I had all game. So at that point, I just honestly, I just went for it. Made a move and saw the rim and made a layup.
Thank you.
Eric, name?
It kind of made me think of the Memphis game a little bit. You guys going without the timeout, you pushing. It's a very different situation. But so in your head, you were thinking that maybe you guys were going to call a timeout and you weren't going to be able to push?
Nah, Bo was saying push it, but I think that they thought I was going to call a timeout once I crossed half court. I think for me, I just really thought there was 15 seconds. When I saw it, I think there was 13 seconds on the clock, and in my head, I'm like, well, should we run out a little bit more time or should I just go? So again, I just had the opportunity to have a one-on-one matchup, and I went.
For you guys, you take such pride in defense to be able to get two big stops late. Just what did you see on those plays, and what do you think of your guys' ability to really make those inbounds plays tough?
I think attention to detail, being able to kind of determine where guys are going, make it difficult for them. And then just really locking in, being competitive. Really, when it comes down to it, wanting more than they do. We know the situation, and we know that now that we're down 2-1, we got to protect home court.
What is it feeling like for you right now when you kind of turn the corner on pick and roll? I know you kind of got in the lane, had a couple floaters that bounced in and out, but just kind of what are you seeing when you turn that corner in the pick and roll with numbers?
I think at the last second I see guys collapse, and I kind of try to pass it out for threes and try to get a little bit of movement, get into the paint and try to make something happen. But I do think at some point today I got a little discouraged because I'm getting in there and I'm putting it in there, and my shots aren't falling. So again, really just trying to be aggressive, get into the paint, and make some plays.
Steve McGargy.
Just wondered, for two high-scoring offenses like this to have a game in the 80s, what was the difference for y'all on defense tonight versus the first two games? Was it just a matter of intensity, energy, or just what were y'all doing that was able to hold this potent offense down to 83 points, lowest points of the season?
I think part of it is playing desperate, knowing the situation, knowing what this game means to us, what it means to be home. And then the other part is the performance that we had the first two games, showing that that's not the type of defense that we play. That was really out of character. So I think being able to really be aggressive, fight through screens, make it tough on Kyrie and KD, and kind of go from there.
Vinny Goodwill.
Hey, Jrue, you just mentioned that desperation that you guys had being down 2-0. It doesn't seem like that's an emotion you can tap into every game for the rest of the series. So can you just, I guess what the goal would be just to make this as ugly as possible until you guys find your offense?
I guess you can say that. I think I would kind of put it like we strive of our defense. Defense first. Defense wins games, and they've won championships. So I think to be able to get a stop, even down with 2 seconds left, means a lot. Them scoring 82 points, or what was it, 83 points. I feel like for us, that's the type of defense that we want to play. If we got to muck up the game, then we got to muck it up. But when it comes down to it, we really want to be aggressive on everyone, on their main two guys, and really just lock in attention to detail and be able to just be aggressive with them.
What is I guess when the game is tight for 3 minutes and nobody's scoring on either side, what is the thought process while you're on the floor in real time, like before you take timeouts to regroup and you're just sort of in it? Is it a matter of let's just try to get a stop any way possible, or is it let's try to get a score?
I think it's stop first. Get a stop. Great defensive possession, especially being home. You have the crowd to back you going into offense. And offensively, that's usually how it goes. I know K-Mid and Giannis are probably tired from carrying this, but again, I think it's getting the stop first and being able to go from there.
Thanks, Jrue.
All right.